You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Chair Tom Perez is calling on the Iowa Democratic Party to immediately recanvass Monday's caucus vote after days without a final count and growing concerns about inconsistencies found in the data. He tweeted this, quote, "Enough is enough. In light of the problems that have emerged in the implementation of the delegate selection plan, and in order to assure public confidence in the results, I am calling on the Iowa Democratic Party to immediately begin a recanvass," which is basically a double checking of the vote. Iowa officials have made it perfectly clear they will only do that if a candidate asked to do so. This is what Troy Price, the chairman of the Iowa Democratic Party, said, quote, "Should any presidential candidate campaign in compliance with the Iowa delegate selection plan request a recanvass, the IDP is prepared. In such a circumstance, the IDP will audit the paper records of report as provided by the precinct chairs and signed by representatives of presidential campaigns." Now, here's the deal, folks. Today is Thursday. The caucus was on Monday night. 97% of all have been reported. Where in the hell are the other 3%? Y'all, it's Thursday. And here's the deal. Pete Buttigieg, you gave a victory speech that night. His lead is 0.1% over Bernie Sanders. Both of them are tied with delegates, but Sanders is claiming victory because he got 6,000 more votes than Buttigieg. It's all kind of drama taking place. Frankly, Reese, Iowa to me is irrelevant. I say the presidential campaign starts with New Hampshire.
Well, I think it's relevant in the sense of fundraising because right now, just the news was out today about Elizabeth Warren. She's canceled $500,000 in ad spends because she didn't get the fundraising boost that she needs. So there are legitimate implications out of the IRA.
Right.
But the results are kind of water under the bridge right now. The damage has been done for some campaigns, and the boost has been, essentially realized so much for Pete Buttigieg in particular. So I think that this move from Tom Perez, I think it's more of like a cover your ass type of move, but it really undercuts him because most people don't understand the distinction between a state, party running the elections versus the national convention. And it was trending, hashtag Tom Perez resign. And so I think as a leader, he should have, instead of undercut the results, he should have tried to restore, faith in.
Well, but see, here's the problem, though, Greg. There are inconsistencies. You have individuals who are reporting who took screenshots of the actual paperwork and posted it on Facebook and Twitter, and they're seeing different results being reported by the Democratic Party, and they're saying, wait a minute, this was actually our caucus here. So I think what Perez is actually saying, you need to do a recanvass to go back and double check because you have these inconsistencies that are out here. And that's why I'm saying, hey, y'all about irrelevant, the fact that here we are, tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah.
And 3 days later, and not only that, only 170,000 people turned out.
Right. But
okay.
Yeah. And Sanders won that popular vote by 6,000, at least where we are now. I agree with you. I think, I think that Perez is trying to cover his ass. But here's the problem, though. The rules that are in play now were put in place at the insistence of the Sanders campaign from 2016. And so I think a silver lining in this is that it is revealing what was probably already there and always there.
Right.
And since the Republicans have no interest in counting all votes, what we now are having a conversation about is the integrity of the voting process. This might be the way we get to that conversation. Only other thing I would say is you're absolutely right. New York Times is reporting in the hour since we've been here, since we came to the set. They've reported at least 100 errors. They've reported to the Iowa Democratic Party. And the party is beginning to, you got votes for Tom Steyer. You got votes for, what's the brother from Massachusetts?
Deval Patrick, Andrew Yang.
Exactly. And so the number of delegates, just because Pete Buttigieg has a 0.1% lead, that's in the delegates. That's not the number of people who showed up. And it's a three-step process. First of all, you come in, you declare who you're for. Then if you're not viable, you drop out. Then you move to the second. Then you move to the third.
Which is all, for me, totally BS.
It's BS,
I'm sorry.
no question. But the crazy thing about
sucks.
it, they've got to report each tally at each number. Now, of course, and they're doing it by hand. There's no
very
way.
unprofessional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no way you would not uncover errors. So finally, I just say that, you know what? This is all right. I agree with you. Son is going to be hurt by it. Buttigieg did what he needed to do because he's dead in the water after the next white primary. He hadn't gotten enough. Seriously. I mean, he can't go to South Carolina. He can't go to Nevada. He did what he had to do. But Warren may be the loser of this ultimately in this whole thing. Turns the balance.
And look, Erica, the greater issue here is that only 170,000 people turned out. That's 70,000 less than who did 2016. Democrats should be asking, where in the hell is the enthusiasm? What the hell? Where do people go?
Right, and I think we've been calling for that, even though we're not a part of that 90% whiteout in Iowa.
Right.
So I think the larger piece is exactly what you all said, in that there should really be a call for this pageant of Iowa to be over with. Watching the coverage of this Senate impeachment trial was so interesting because there was such a rush to move from that impeachment trial to Iowa so that these people could go and have coffee at their favorite place, talk to people, just get back to that sense of Iowa and seeing what's on the minds of Iowans. And a lot of what the little coverage I did actually dabble into is people were still undecided.
Yeah.
There were some people that were still making up their mind on the day of the caucus.
Right.
So honestly, this is, I think, more than enough reason to do away with this and to really get to the meat and potatoes of what we're going to be doing.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, join Dr. Jackie Hood Martin as she engages others to think like a leader. Are you looking to enhance your leadership or that of your team in 2020? Well, you can join her newest online course and mastermind group, How Successful People Think. She'll be your guide as you learn timeless leadership principles to apply to daily living. The offer expires February 28th. To register, go to www.livetolead.com/Leesburg. That's LIVE2lead.com/Leesburg. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.